Okay, it looks like we're live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Thank you for being here. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are
Hey.
you doing today?
I'm just fantastic, Elisa. I've had the most incredible last 24 hours, just so much frequency, synchronicity, and beautiful things going on. So I'm fabulous. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Jasper
Yeah,
says hello. And how are you?
I am doing great. I There is a lunch tonight, hopefully. I haven't seen that they've changed it, so there's supposed to be a lunch, and I'm hoping I didn't get to go see the moon last night rise over the ocean because there was a hurricane passing by. And so I couldn't go to the beach. But what was interesting is in the morning, yesterday morning, I was like, now I live life based on what experience can I have that I've never had before.
Yeah.
And I said, I've never been to the beach when there's a hurricane coming. So, and I always see people like all the broadcasters out on the beach, and I'm just like, let's go see what's going on. So I went to the beach, and there were some people there. And it was just really, really windy. And of course, the hurricane is it wasn't passing on top of us. It was, over to the panhandle. But still, I wanted to see like how are the waves? And are they people surfing? Are they, what is going on? So I figured I would go, and I walked a little bit, and I wanted to see what seashells would come out of the water with
Mm.
all the churning. Um, yes, the sand was pelting my legs, but once I got into like the area where I could put my feet in the water, then over there, it wasn't as bad. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. It's like, what can I experience that I've never experienced before?
Yeah.
And that was cool to do. I thought that
Yeah.
was really cool.
And it's going beyond our indoctrinated fear, isn't it? And it's
Yeah.
knowing that we're going to be looked after to have this experience. And, even if that's that little bit of chaos or fear in your tummy before you go and do it, the
Yeah,
release
there
of that,
wasn't. That's what's interesting.
beautiful.
And you
Yeah.
know what, Marie, as I stood there looking at the sun, which I didn't think I would see, as the sun was coming up through the clouds, something was talking to me. And I know it wasn't me. It was
Yep.
either my higher self or some other being. But all of a sudden they start saying, "See? You see the sun? You see how the sun is shining through the storm?" And it said, "That's you. You are the light in the storm.
Oh,
You are there to help others during the storm." And it said, "See how you're standing there and nothing's happening to you? The storm is passing by you, but you're fine, you're safe, you are in good spirits, you're healthy." And I was like, so in this now moment, I was very grounded, even though there was a storm around me and there's wind, and crazy stuff happening, but here I am. So it was such a clear message. And I know it wasn't like my own mind or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I know because it
Mm.
felt different, and it came out of nowhere because I was just looking at the water, and out of nowhere, it's like the thought popped in my head, like just
Yeah.
boom. And it was just like, I get it now. And so that's given me so much peace and
Yeah.
calmness,
Yeah.
you know? Like knowing that, almost like that everything around me is going to be okay
Yep.
through the storm, right? Like
Yep.
it's all going to be okay.
And Elisa, as you were talking, it was so beautiful. The energy that you were emanating was absolutely beautiful. I even got tears in my eyes. It was so beautiful. So, this is about our faith, and it's trusting that you are getting these messages to remind you and to show you. It proved to you, you were standing in the middle of a storm. There's the sun. You're fine. And you're exactly spot on. That's our role. is to be these beautiful beacons of light and to help others to find that peace, to fight through the chaos. And, we know what's coming. And so I think that's our role. This is why I feel video, YouTube groups like this are just so important, so that we all know we're supported by each other, and that is our role, that is our job, is to just be that space of peace for people to get drawn to.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
so beautiful. What a great experience.
It was very
Wow.
magical, to take off and not be expecting of anything, just going like, oh, let's
That's
go
it.
find out what's going on, you know?
The
And
joy of the adventure.
yeah. And so it was just so powerful, because really
Yeah.
I've been in pure and absolute peace, just kind of having that knowing, like, if I'm supposed to be the light, if we are supposed to be the light in
Yeah.
everything that's happening, then you're going to be okay, because they want you here. They're going to make sure you're protected and that you're here to help others and things like that. So, yeah.
And Elisa, it's so interesting because it's only just clicked for me, guys. I was just telling Elisa about a story that happened to me yesterday, which is this morning, I think. I'm not quite sure. But similar thing. And I thought I was late for this appointment. So I jumped in and I wasn't. I got there and she went, you're like 40 minutes early. She said, but I'll see you early anyway. And as I walked out 20 minutes earlier than what I even should have gone in, this young guy, we were on the top of a hill, this young guy came past on a scooter thing on the footpath and he went, oh, he said, you're one of us. And I went, what do you mean? And he says, I can see it. I can see your Christ consciousness. He said, I can see people's true sense of being and who you are. And then he started talking about, God, and how he was told to come here and live here and do this, and how he works with spiritual groups. And he's like late 20s, early 30s. And it was just beautiful. So I think, Elisa, for me, it was like a confirmation, this synchronistic moment, walking out from an appointment I shouldn't have even gone into yet. The timing of this young man coming past, and then he was just so grounded, so beautiful, so connected. And I went, oh, and we talked about some stuff, and he said, I've been getting this thing about September. And then I said, well, I have too. And he went, you're my confirmation, he said, because I wanted confirmation for this. And he said, we're under a full moon. He said, we're on the top of a hill looking over everything. And he said, isn't this the magic? It is. It's magic of life. And, so it was just like you, it was this absolute synchronistic moment that I didn't expect at all. And it was amazing.
So it happened almost like at the same time, kind of.
I was just getting that. And I was going,
Interesting.
wow. So we get messages from the universe or from our higher self or God, whatever you want to call it, in such different ways. Now, I'm always on time for meetings. I always know exactly when they're meant to be. But this time it's like my brain went a bit gaga and I was going, I think it was meant to be 11, not 1:30. Oh, I just went into this thing. And all the way there, I was getting told, don't stress, it's okay. So I deliberately got put into a spin. So I would be at that exact moment when that young man came past and we had that amazing conversation. So look, and this is the sort of synchronicities that I love as well,
Yeah.
So guys, if you've been having synchronicities or sort of maybe messages like Elisa was getting, share them, because it makes us not feel so crazy and we start to realize how connected we all are.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yes, I love that. I love stories. Any story like that, it's always beautiful and special.
It's so beautiful. It's so special. But it didn't stop there. I've got a gorgeous friend staying with me tonight and today, and then and she reads cards. And oh my God, it was just incredible what she was saying. It was beautiful. And then this morning, my two black swans, they're swans that come past, and I just go down and feed them apple off the pontoon. But they walked all the way up the ramp today and up to the lawn, and so I went down with my apple. But they brought their baby cygnets for me to meet. And I just went, whoa, they know that it's trustworthy. They can bring their babies here and they'll get their fresh apple. I ended up taking them some bread, which I don't usually do, and water. They actually need water at this time of year. So you've got to put it in a clear container or they start biting the bucket. They don't know what it is. So I had water for them in this clear container and I had to refill it a few times. So guys, if you've got like wild animals that come up to get fed or whatever, make sure you always have fresh water for them as well. And I think they're still down there. They're out there just hanging on my front lawn. I mean, fancy that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we are also talking about the moon and
Mm,
um, the things that I that we that we did or wanted to do with the moon and the new space coming in. And when I tried to really get in that space of like, what do I really want? And I'm just like,
yeah,
I just want to be in peace,
yeah.
peaceful. That's it. That's the end of that. Whatever that means.
I think that's so clever. It's so beautiful. And I think this is the same thing. Another friend and I were talking about what were we going to do as a contract per se, get rid of the old contracts, bring through a new contract, because this blue moon's, well, this energy is quite rare apparently. But it's same as you. I just want to experience joy. I mean, and that was what it amounted to with what I was actually tuning into or creating for myself. And it's joy. So peace and joy. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you?
No. And that's
And it
probably
doesn't.
why those swans were there.
Yeah, these beautiful fluffy signets. I had to move some stuff so they could get up the ramp because we've got, sailing masts and kayaks and things sitting on the ramp. And these little things are coming up. I'm just going, oh my God, this has just made my day. This is beautiful. And that they trusted enough to bring their babies right up, to to me. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's beautiful. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
talking about September, I would love to know,
Oh yeah.
what do the cards want to tell us about September?
Now, shall we be a bit more specific, or not? Do you want should we just do a general spread about like if there's going to be change in geopolitics, if there's going to be a change, or, what do I ask about?
Um, we've been waiting for the storm to arrive, and I feel like it's here. Like all
Yeah.
these fires and the hurricanes and the floods and the da 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 da.
Yeah.
So, are we in the middle of what we would call the storm?
Okay.
But I don't want the cards to take the storm in
Yeah. A literal sense.
literally. So I don't know how to.
Okay. So
Um,
let's ask if there will be some very, very big changes that are noticeable for us, or things happen that, shift up our environment or our, system or whatever. Let's just ask if there's going to be some big changes in
yeah,
September that are really noticeable. Let's
yeah.
have a look and see what our cards if they can give us anything today. Okay. Wow, that one's really hot. Yep.
All right, and I will get ready with the
Interesting.
questions.
Okay. Interesting. Yes, well, there's still going to be some more furfies, and I want to talk about what that means. There's going to be some more stories, some more furfies still coming out, so people are confused. So this is what my Page of Swords is telling me. So there's going to be one headline going, oh, this is going on, and then underneath it or next to it, there'll be something almost the opposite. So that's what I'm feeling with that one. But then we got an Ace of Wands, so there'll be a bit more of that going on to start with.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know what's true. And then the Ace of Wands has come out. So to me, that means, yes, there is going to be a big change. Oh, my goodness, we got the Death card, which is transformation. I would say that, yes, there's going to be something that we really notice that is actually a change in our world, our environment, whatever it is, but it will be known about. Judgment. Holy guacamole. There's no Tower card. I feel we've actually already been through the Tower. I really do.
I
In a
think we're
way.
in it.
Yeah, we're in it. Yeah. Because remember, the Tower card doesn't come up very often, but it came up about 4 weeks ago. And I went, oh, there it is, just sitting out on its own. So I think you're right. I think we're going through it. So the transformation and the judgment, are going to be coming through. A little bit more play acting and movie and stuff going on, but there definitely is going to be something for us that we will absolutely go, oh, wow, okay, this is happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Will we see the crash of the dollar finally? Is this the month that?
Let's have a look. Let's see. What's going to happen financially with the US dollar? Let's ask a specific question. Yeah. Yeah, it's not got a good background at the moment, has it, with things going on?
No, not
Okay.
with the BRICS.
Yeah, not with the BRICS going on. At the moment, it's still offering people still feel it's safe. Okay, they've got the Six of Pentacles, which is offering people the money, and they've got the balance. But very, very quickly, there's the Eight of Wands. Something is going to happen. Let's just have a look and see what comes up. Okay. Interesting. The Two of Wands is there. To me, this is trying to find a balance. So they're going to be playing around still with it. They're going to be, you know what I mean? I think, well, I've actually heard that it's AI that's holding the whole structure together. So we're talking about the, the stock market, the banks, the system, even the comics. It's actually been held by algorithms and AI. All they've got to do is pull a pin. So, yep, we got an Ace of Swords on that one. So it's all about what happens next. It's all about the actual, the timing. So I feel they're going to keep it propped up still a little bit through there. But when it happens, it's going to be fast.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yeah. Yes.
So do you feel like the cards are saying that in September there's nothing going to happen necessarily for financial then?
Well, as far as a crash, yes.
Yeah.
As far as a crash, something will happen. There's the Eight of Cups. Something's been walked away from, but it's not a huge. It's something's changing. Is what I'm getting from this, because they're looking for something new and they're walking away from the Eight of. We've got another confirmation on that. So they're walking away from something that's not working anymore. So and looking for something new. So there is something that's going to happen. But
would that be the BRICS? I feel like that's just talking about how the BRICS, how they are walking away and getting into the.
It's going to be worldwide, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely worldwide. This is big, something new coming through. Yeah. So this is what I'm getting. Oh my God, Chariot. This again is that Two of Wands, but it needs to be balanced before it moves forward. So I think there could be some upheaval with some things in September financially, but it's I feel it's going to be global.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so Barbara had just posted that was going to be my next question about the hurricane that hit us. So what was this? What can the cards tell us about this hurricane? Was it created by the good guys, the bad guys? And if so, what for?
So what happened in Saratoga? Was
Sarasota?
Was there a lot of damage?
I think she meant Sarasota.
Oh, Sarasota. Okay, I don't know the names of places, so.
Or maybe Saratoga is up in the Panhandle. Yeah, Sarasota. Okay, yes, it was Sarasota. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how are we going to ask this? First of all, I'm just going to ask: was this a manipulated? Let's find out first of all if there was some manipulation in it. Oh, this one's zinging. Wow, we've got our Eight of Swords. So yeah, to me that means that something's been hidden. There's something that we haven't seen behind the scenes. So it does look like there was an aspect of that was made. Yeah. Fool cards come up. It's helping to bring through something new. So yeah. I still believe there's things going on that are used for a purpose, whatever that purpose is. So, but I also believe that it's some of it is also natural. So of course you're going to have like monsoons, you're going to have, hurricanes as well. But I think there was a little bit of manipulation in this one. And yeah, again, something new, the world, it's a bigger picture than just that one hurricane. So there's still stuff going on where they're doing some work. So what do you
feel that it's the bad guys then, or what do we need?
No, let's have a look and see on the cards. I haven't asked that question yet. So I'll just ask where this is coming from. Where is this coming from? because it's stuff that the deep state wanted to do, right? They wanted to annihilate a lot of land and push people into certain areas. We know all that. So let's just see if this was actually done. Interesting. No, I actually feel it was. It's being done. It's being monitored, but done by the white hats because there's a bigger perspective here. There's a reason that we don't know about, okay? And then we've got the Hanged Man, which is sort of surrendering to it. Cycles, it's changing something up. Yes, Ace of Pentacles. So it's, for whatever reason, this is going on as part of a bigger plan. And it's really hard to comprehend that sometimes, when things are happening, but there's a bigger perspective around all of this. So I know.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, I can tell you what, they're making our insurance rates go off the roof like crazy.
Yep.
Like our insurance rates are going up, 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 up. It's crazy.
I know. When I used to live at Tamborine Mountain, because we often had really big storms come through there, and and in the end, the insurance, they were wanting over $2,500 a year, $3,000 a year just for insurance. I ended up renting out my house, and I could get renter's insurance, which incorporated if anything happened as well, like a storm, and it was only like $500 a year. So I just rented out my house. And it's crazy. The system is so broke, isn't it?
That's what I had to pay for my house.
Wow.
In Orlando, it was $3,300. And that's not even at the beach.
I know. And so, we know that this system is going to change. We know that insurance is an absolute rort as well. So it's showing people, this is, you just wouldn't be able to afford to live. Yeah, look at that. Ten of Swords, don't worry. It's all going down, guys. It's all going to change. It's just a matter of, as Elisa has said, we are going through this tower moment, literally being shown the worst of the worst that they were going to do, because that Hierophant often says to me, this is the ones that had the authority, this is the ones that had the control over us. It's coming to an end, but it's like people have to see how bad it actually would have been. This is nothing. Look at that. We've got our Five of Cups, the grief around everything that's going on. It's really making people in their psyche get it. You would have been absolutely told what to do, not able to make your own decisions. And then we get the Two of Swords. You wouldn't have been able to make decisions for yourself. You would have been just told, this is how you do it. If you don't do that, you don't eat, you don't get water. That's how it was going to be.
Well, somebody was circulating the 15-minute city, smart city list of cities.
Yeah.
Orlando was there. I was like, what?
Whoa. Yeah, wow. Yeah. It was interesting because someone did it in Australia, and these country towns that are sort of out in the back of Queensland, they've put up these signs saying welcome to this town, but underneath they've got like these chains and they've marked the road red where those are going into a town and out of a town. Often there's only one way in and out, and they've put fences up around, and so they could just shut that down like that. So, I know. And I just went, interesting. So again, a play out, showing us what could have been, and what could be still, just to show people.
Yeah. What does it take for people to stand up and say no more?
Yeah. That's exactly right. I mean, the hashtag do not comply is going to be huge. Do not comply.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Not that I ever did in the first place, but it's other people's turn to stand up now as well.
Yeah.
The ones that are just getting it. It's like, hang on a minute. Yeah, it's their turn.
Yes.
So.
All right. So let's see. Layla said, has our rain and floods this summer been a black up? Anything underground being flushed out? It's funny, like now our assumption is always when something bad happens that it's the bad guys.
Yeah, I know.
But But over and over and over and over, it keeps coming up that it's the good guys.
And there's definitely
It's hard
ops
to
going
call
on.
them the good guys, isn't it?
Well, I know, but it's part of it's part of a plan, and you know they have got work they're doing in places. And I know Lila's sort of up in Norway, so it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for her. So
Yeah,
it's nice that she popped on for that minute. But yeah, look, let's just see.
Yeah.
You know, if the rains and I mean, I'm still getting that some of them are natural, some of them are actually happening because they happen, and some are enhanced. All right, as well. So I've always got that message. Oh, that's really hot. Which one of you wants to come out there? I think it's you. Interesting. The magicians come up, Layla. So this is smoke and mirrors. So they are using some tools to create some of this weather. There is definitely some tools being used. So, and they're doing it to cover something. Yeah. 10 of Cups. It's actually helping bring through. And again, this card can also be a little bit of a you think everything's wonderful, but they're doing things to actually create a better environment at the end of the day. So it's, yeah, I know it feels so warped, doesn't it? It all feels so warped.
Well, you can use fire to clear energy, and I
Purify.
imagine you do the same with water.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
King of Cups, that's our emotional card, the water card, master of emotions, but there's always something hidden. So again, you're getting that same message. There's something that's hidden beneath everything that's going on. So yeah, it's you know, we just have to send love and light to the people that are affected, to the areas that are affected. And if you're close by and you can help physically, then do it if that's your calling, you know. But I've learned years ago to detach, like emotionally and from my feeling vortex, because you know a lot of us would be empaths and we get very impacted by that sort of situation or by the global consciousness. So now I can detach from it and just purely be in my heart and just, you know, send the love, send the light. If I'm not near them, that's what I do. But it's almost like, but I just know things are happening for a bigger reason.
yeah,
As much as it is hard
absolutely.
to comprehend, our world is definitely changing.
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
And it's affecting a lot of people, and this is something I was going to bring up. I forgot about. My son feels energies, and these energies have been affecting him immensely. And he is, unfortunately, his dog is paying the price.
Yeah.
And his dog had to be taken to the ER vet because she was bleeding from 2 different places because she ran into a trailer. Yeah, and he, of course, is freaking out. It's several $1,000s, and so we are. I've never done this. This is the first time I've done this, so I feel really weird about it. But if anybody here or anybody watching the video feels inclined to help him with donations, I have put his information in the description box down below. He does have PayPal. He did do a GoFundMe, but they're taking money from his account. He doesn't get the full amount. So there's PayPal. I'm sure he's got Zelle and all that other stuff. So I put the information in the description box. If anybody feels called to help, any amount would be so greatly appreciated, because she had to be in the ER. And like I said, unfortunately, she had to pay the price of his instability because of the craziness of the energies that are out there. So
yeah. And you know, Lisa, and it's really sad, and because animals mean so much to us when they're pets, don't they? But you know, we do have to be very mindful that animals can help us to purify and release stuff, but they need to recharge. So, like for cats, it's really interesting with Clive. He doesn't like going outside much, but some nights he'll just sit down by that sliding glass door, and I go, "Oh, you want to go out? Let him go out." Runs up a tree, runs up another tree, just hangs out. And 20 minutes later, he's back inside, but I can see his whole energy is just completely refreshed. So if you've got animals, make sure they go for walks and their feet are on grass and they're in an environment where they can recharge, because they do shift a lot of our emotional baggage. And
Yeah.
I'll do energy healings on animals, because they need to shift their
Yes.
own grief and they need to shift their own pain. So, you know, with your son's dog, Elisa, I would be doing white lighting for her. I would be
Oh, I did. Oh,
good.
nonstop every day.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
needs to do that as well. He needs to understand. And if he's an empath and he's picking up on this global consciousness and all of this grief and pain that people are going through, they're purifying. This is what's happening. People are now purifying with
Including
these
himself.
frequencies. Exactly. He
Yeah.
can turn down his feeling vortex. Just tell him to turn it down if he listens to this sort of stuff, like a tap, and just cut cords that are coming from it. We lose a lot of energy and we get impacted in our feeling vortex, which is around our belly button.
Yeah.
I'm watching it happen in a lot of different places, businesses, environments. They're upgrading. So people that can't resonate at that, they're leaving. And there's a lot of chaos going on. So, I think we need to remind people to clear your space, whether it's at home, at a business, at a shop, doesn't matter. Clear your space and keep that vibration high. That helps to stop that negativity and chaos from happening.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
so maybe we could just send lots of love to him and what's his puppy's
Yes.
name?
Lila.
Oh, of course, Lila. Oh, two beautiful Lilas. So if we can all just close our eyes for a moment and just open our hearts and just send so much love and so much healing to both Elisa's beautiful son and to that beautiful puppy. And just see them both as really well, really healthy, and full of energy. And just take a big breath. And just remember to send love to yourself as well. So just send love to you.
Yes, absolutely. That's so important.
I know.
So important.
We need to do that first before we do any sort of love sending or white lighting. I got told, Maree, you keep forgetting yourself, because I used to do it, I do for the whole world, for everyone, whatever needs it. Maree, you haven't done you. So always now I do myself first. So that's just a little
Beautiful.
tip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. So that was Lila's first question. And then let's see. The next question from Lady Hawk. If you can clearly see a negative attachment entity on a person, how do you protect yourself from it when you are the target of that person's negative energy and you can't get away?
Yes. So are you happy for me to work through this one with Lady Hawk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Lady Hawk, I've been noticing and finding that this is happening a lot more, like I was just talking about. The synchronicity of this is beautiful timing. Because we're going through an upgrade, because we are going through into this new frequency vibration constantly, people are getting triggered. Now, some people that have got these negative attachments or they're just in a negative space and they're getting triggered, they can cause chaos, and especially in a workplace. So Lady Hook, what I'd do is I would definitely cut cords from that feeling vortex around your belly button energetically to this person. I would white light myself. I would violet flame myself. Now, if you don't know what that is, imagine some amethyst under your feet and the beautiful purple violet color and energy that comes up from it. I can sometimes hear it crackling as I run that on myself. It clears out our energy field. And then just pop a golden bubble around you as well. Also, too, what I would do is I would ask through, this is because I'm used to doing it, but I would ask through my higher self to their higher self if I'm allowed to run white light for them or if I'm allowed to do anything for them. And sometimes I get a solid no. This is their learning curve. This is their experience. They have to go through it. And then sometimes it's like, yes, you can. So then I'll just send that entity off into love and light. And I'll go, you have freedom. You can choose. You can go into the light. But usually this person, they have to go through something. And as long as you keep your frequency high, that helps. You can white light your work area. Just white light it. You can put in etheric crystals to help you to hold the frequency there. And yeah, so there's quite a few things you can do energetically, Lady Hawk. But also, do you speak up for yourself? Are you empowered around this person? Do you say, if they're talking to you and it's not respectful and it's not kind, do you say to them, enough? I will be spoken to with respect, thank you. And when you're ready to speak to me that way, then we can talk, and you walk away. So this is maybe going to help you become more empowered within yourself as well. What can you learn from this rather than it happening to you? So that's all. Have you got anything else to add on to that? There's probably heaps more, but that's all I can think of at the moment.
I don't know if so there's always a lesson. And so what I would say is, why is this manifesting in your reality? Why is this happening in your reality? Why is this being manifested in your reality? And maybe try to look for the lesson of what it is that's happening. Because, and you, Maree, you say it all the time, right? There is a lesson in everything that happens to us. So maybe this is happening so you can learn to be more, stand in your power. Maybe it's a lesson about, maybe you feel like you hate your job, so this person makes your job harder.
I think it's her daughter. Lady Hawk's popped in some more information, which might be worthwhile clicking on.
Yeah. So, all those things are, right, are, because when you start protecting, then there's a reason, the universe will give you more reasons to protect, right? So I tend to be more of being the engineer that I am. I always go to the source, right? And I go, okay, what's the source of this creation, of this reality? Why is this coming up? Right? And so where's the lesson? Is it that I hate my job, so they're making my job more miserable? Is it that I don't like their personality, so then that's showing up even more? Because I've been able to shift when one of my bosses hated me, and I was just like, what's going on here? And I was just like, I'm going to see if the law of attraction is real and true. And I imagine that person being completely different to me. And in my head, I'm like, she's the most sweetest person in the world, which was the opposite of what she is. And so the next time I saw her, she was a completely different human being to me.
Yes.
So to me, it's more about like looking for your power. What is it that this person is teaching me? Being the observer and just kind of saying like, okay, why is this manifesting in my reality? And then, fixing that.
Yeah. And, I think too, being star seeds and stuff, we do have a really bright light, and it can attract some, it's the darkness, but then you just shine brighter, because then
repel.
It repels it.
It could be a repel as well. Like people that are in the dense 3D, when we are into this, when we're shining our light, they're going to be aggravated by us. They're going to be like mean to us, rude to us, or,
so true.
Yeah.
It's true that we trigger them, and they don't know why. And I've had people do that to me, and I'm just going, I just trigger you, and I don't take it personally. It's like, hey, that's your stuff. That's okay, and people have often come up like 2 years later and apologized and gone, oh, I don't know what it was, and I'll know why, and I'll just go, that's okay, thank you. So you're right, you're actually spot on with that, Elisa.
Yeah.
People can get very triggered by the light, and that could be what's happening for Lady Hawk's daughter as well at work. So just shine it brighter.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so yeah, I mean, even if she's seeing, even if she's seeing this dark attachment, that's kind of like behind the scenes, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like that's just that person's contract with that attachment. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What's easier is to understand, like, what am I manifesting and why, and how can I learn from it? So, you know,
Love it.
and
So
just
true.
go from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And this is great. I feel she could be more empowered and not take it personally and allow that person to experience what it is they need to experience and do exactly what Elisa was saying, create how you want that interaction to be.
yeah,
Yeah. Beautiful.
that's what I do. I
Oh,
don't
look
know.
at that. The Lover's card came up. So this is working within yourself to create something that you actually want to manifest and then having it go out into your environment. So that's
Yeah,
a beautiful card.
you'd be surprised, like the stuff that manifests when you hate your job. I mean, the stuff I was manifesting was crazy, you know? So,
Ah.
it was just like, now I see it, from this side, and it's like, wow.
And it's
So,
even within your car, if you're going, oh, I wish I had a new car, don't, because you know what?
no,
This will happen. It's happened to me. And then I went, I actually really like that car. And then I had the choice to still keep that car or get a new one after it was fixed. But I actually really love this car. And that was it. That's it. I love my car and never have a problem with it.
yeah, yeah. Well, it has a consciousness, and many of them are your ships, your spaceships,
Yeah,
your craft.
that's it.
So, yeah, they
I
have
knew I had to keep
consciousness.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So true. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
ever since you've said that, that made so much sense to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Funny.
cool. Kathleen has a question. Was the Zodiac killer in the 60s, 70s a product of the MK Ultra programs, etc.? He wrote the papers and the police in code symbols. Was he never caught because they knew? I grew up in the same time frame.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay. Zodiac killer. Oh, who knows what goes on in the minds of people that do that? But yeah, let's just see if there was some interference as far as MK Ultra. Oh, this one's going to come out. Is it
And
you,
Kathy, I saw your note. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Kathy? I think you might be onto something because this card hardly ever comes up. So something happened in this person's life. There was a huge tower moment. So whether we're going to get some more clarity on that. Interesting, because now we've got the magician come up. So I feel there was something that went on that created a tower moment for this person, something that was not seen, something that was like a bit, behind the scenes. This is interesting. I feel, though, so he was someone that had a very tough life. He was someone that went through a lot in his life as well, like battle just completely, whatever in his own mind. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not getting an absolute yes with this. What it's telling me is what happened for him was it's almost like maybe he went into delusion, like from this huge tower moment in his life because he had a tough life, and then the world. So he just saw the world completely differently to how others saw it because of what happened to him. Yeah, his mind I'm getting. So that Five of Swords to me is when there's a lot of conflict in your mind. You're questioning things. You don't know. You're fighting within yourself. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's sort of saying to me he had a really tough time. And these people can still appear to be like very well-dressed business people or whatever, but internally, something huge happened. And it was, yeah, look at that. Ten of Swords. It virtually killed off any humanity. It killed off any love or anything he had within him because that's an ending. It's a pretty, it's
Wow.
of the mind because the swords of the mind, it's the air.
Mm.
So I would say that he had a lot of issues going on in here.
He lost it.
He lost the plot.
All right. So the next question I see from Teresa is, will Mr. T be publicly arrested in September or soon after?
Wow, let's see, Teresa. He's sort of almost been arrested because he
Yeah, he
actually
had a mugshot.
he paid bail. Yeah, the mugshot is like, was the world, here you go, it's all happening. There's no number 5.
So you know what I saw? Somebody figured out that his the number they had put for his inmate number is the IP address of the White House. or
I thought
something
it was
like
the
that.
DOD.
Or the DOJ, one of the two. It
DOJ.
was
Yeah,
like,
something ridiculous. I know.
yeah,
I mean, this is what we're trying to say to you guys. This is so orchestrated. It is such a
crazy.
movie, and his mugshot looked like it was like a cartoon character almost, hand painted. It certainly wasn't a photo. And do you know how long they were in there? They were in the actual room, 17 minutes.
Ah,
Yeah. So, guys, this really is orchestrated. Everything's orchestrated. So let's just see, though, if publicly they'll throw him in the slammer. I mean, they may have. I mean, what we could be asking as well after this is, will there be a court case so that everything comes out? So let's have a look and see. Will President T be publicly arrested in September? I feel it's already happened, because to me it's already happened. And then we've got the military card that fell out next to that no. So something's going to happen, definitely. He's been looked after by these guys. All right, it's not him. We know it's
right.
a double.
It's a double. Yeah.
It's a double. Yeah, it's nearly finished. That 10 of Wands has come up.
Ugh.
It's not quite, but all the actions that have been taken, it is nearly finished. So it's all good. It's always perfect. And then we've got our beautiful sunshine and look, the children. So there's a reason for all of this. So just have faith, okay? So I feel the public bit's already been done. Look, they might change their tune. I still think they're litmus testing reactions from the consciousness, global consciousness, as to what the next move is, and what the next event will be and how they're going to put it in. So yeah. So yeah, hope that helps. It's just what my cards are saying. So
Yeah. Awesome. Moving on to the next question, Barbara. Will there be a more mild climate all over New Earth, or will there be still be cold areas with snow and really hot areas?
Jazzy wants to talk.
Oh,
Jasper. Okay. So he's showing me this beautiful cloud, white cloud of consciousness, literally surrounding the whole earth. Or not surrounding it, but actually over the whole earth, which is really interesting. It's like that. And what he's saying is we will actually be able to create in the moment. And the technology that's going to be coming out will help to change all of that disparity between these really cold snow areas and these dry deserts. I mean, because I've actually heard that the middle of Australia used to be lush, and it was these massive big resets that happened, that things happened and changed it all. So, because a lot of Australia is almost uninhabitable, most of the areas are around the coast where we have to live. So he's showing me a cloud of consciousness. So there will be changes when our consciousness is at that level where we can create, and the technology is there to help us as well. So yes. Wow, that's beautiful. I'm just loving sitting in this beautiful cloud of consciousness. It's so gorgeous.
wow,
so this is where we're heading.
Very nice. I can't wait.
I know.
I hope I'm alive.
Yes.
For that. All right. Sean wants the card to provide any updates on the quantum financial system specifically, which we did not ask that specific before, and whether it will ever overtake the current corrupt financial system.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to ask is, first of all, is it something that is going to happen, that is going to overtake the fiat system as we know it? Let's just see what the cards say to that. If it's a no, I'm going to leave right now, Lisa. I'm walking out. I'm resigning. Okay, let's just see what our cards say. Yeah, we've already had a soft offering of it. This is what the Page of Cups means. We've already seen, haven't we? It's a soft offering that's been put out there for people. So, because otherwise, if they did it like Sean, if they just went, oh, here we go, a whole new system, this is what would happen. The 5 of Wands, which is fighting change. The change would cause a reaction, which is not what they wanted. So that's why this Page of Cups has come up first. So, yeah, definitely. 8 of Cups, we're walking away from that system to something new. So absolutely yes, with that is what I get. But how they're doing it is maybe because we know, because we're aware and we see how how corrupt the system is, and how much it's hurting people, and we're just slaves virtually on a little rat wheel all our lives. We know that. So we're really, really looking forward to this new system, whereas a lot of people are still living in their own world and bubble, and it would create chaos. So they've had to do it the way they're doing it. The cards said even like 18 months ago that it was already activated and working behind the scenes, but they've changed the names. I mean, look at BRICS. I mean, in a way, that's almost like Nasara. And if you look at even like Fed Now or something like that, there's got to be a transition time for us to go into it. So there's just different names they're using for the QFS. So we may not hear that name.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never heard of the Fed Now other than in our comms, our truther comms. But other than that, I've never seen it in the news here.
Well, doesn't that tell you something?
Yeah.
So we've got a big Ace of Cups. So it's going to feel amazing. It's going to be beautiful when it happens. And yes, there is, to me, it's happening. Just even the BRICS situation, and Mr. T wearing a BRICS suit, hello.
Yeah.
So I have no fear at all that we're going to actually have a change. But again, Five of Swords, we've got to help change people's mindset. They've got to go through some pain first. Banks, we're already getting it here in Australia. Banks are. One girl walked into a bank and said, "Oh, I need to get some money out. I haven't got my card." And they went, "Oh, no, sorry, we can't help you. We don't have any money here." I mean, these are the sorts of things, and they're changing banks over to be more of a financial support thing than a bank with money. So it's happening. But the Empress has come up. Beautiful new creation, bringing through beauty, wealth. This is related to Venus. It's an amazing card to pull when we're asking this question. So there's going to be some chaos. A lot of people are going to have a lot of pain in their mind. They're going to be going, "What is going on? Where's my money?" It's and remember, it's all been spelled. All of that money has had black magic put on it. So it has to be cleared out with this new consciousness coming in as well.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, very good. Looking for the next question real quick. Okay, so that's all I see.
Can I just comment on something? Maple Tree has said BRICS will never happen. Maple Tree, it's already happened, honey. There's over 60% of countries that own oil they've already been doing transactions in their own currency with each other that is gold backed. It's happening.
Yeah.
So just so you know, don't panic. Deal. Don't think it's not happening. It is. It absolutely is. And so the petrodollar will not exist very soon.
Yeah.
I've heard of people going overseas on holidays and they're saying they couldn't use US dollars where they were going. And that never has happened. So people see the writing on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you have to go a bit early today, my love, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There is a lunch supposedly at 8 o'clock. So I want to have some time to run over there and it takes me, I got to get ready. So, So that's it for today. Thank you for the reminder. And I am super excited about what's going to happen this month. And let's see, we have another week before I leave to Egypt.
Wow.
So two more shows, and then that's it for a while.
And you're gone. Wow. Okay. But I've still got my dream show on Monday. So jump onto Magic Maree. It's at the Double E. And then it's in the live section, you'll see it come up as the dream team. So bring your dreams, bring your synchronistic, events that happen in your life, like all the magic Elisa and I have been experiencing. And I'd love to see you there.
Yes, absolutely. So bring your dreams, because they're going to tell you a lot about what's going on in your life. And so we'll see you on Sunday with Maree and on Monday with me. Yay. And you guys have a wonderful, fantastic weekend.
Yeah, lots of love to you all. Bye.
Bye.